Hi guys. Hi guys. My name is Princess. I don't know what other way to introduce myself because I've never done a live stream and this is my first time doing this here. Hi. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I decided to do this live stream to celebrate getting 500 subscribers and to also answer all the questions that has been coming in from my very recent video about freelancing. I haven't done a video about freelancing ever on my channel, but for the first time I did a video on that and it got a lot of reaction. um this video is going to be available for anyone who's like joining later to watch, but I just thought a live stream would be best because I felt like there were a lot of questions and I wanted to hear from you guys in real time what type of videos you'd like me to do as regards freelancing, what questions you have, answer your questions in real time if that's possible. And also, hi, welcome. And also get to hear from you guys what your questions are about freelancing. Let me know if I can help you guys. Yeah, I just noticed someone just joined the live stream and like, please, if you're joining, do well to give this video a thumbs up so it can recommend it, so YouTube can recommend this live stream to other people. I'm going to make it very brief, however, because I just thought that the best way really would be to gather you guys questions and in my own comfort just like make videos about that and just create like a playlist, a catalog of videos, because I think that would be the best even for me. Like if I go to someone's channel and I find a video that I really like, I would love to see more of that video. Please guys should just confirm that you can hear me because yeah, it's starting to rain. Please, if you guys can hear me, just like confirm that you can hear me. You can drop a message in the chat box for me so that I know that I'm audible. Thank you. So yeah, I would also love to see like similar videos about that. So while I'm working on similar videos, I just want to know. Okay, someone said she can hear me. Hi. Please drop your questions. I'm just going to like proceed to just do a little recap for those who may just be coming across this live stream for the first time, or you may not know me. So yeah, I did a video pretty recently talking about how I made money through freelancing on online, and I just thought that as someone who has struggled trying different things, one thing or the other, to make money online, I just felt like something was either a scam or just people trying to sell you courses to get you in on one thing or the other. But for me, I saw a lot of success with freelancing. So it's something I believe is very scalable. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to have a a personal brand, like I said in my video. Is something that you can really learn as you go and build your skills. And when it comes to freelancing, I like to say there are like four levels when it comes to building a business. I would like to say it's a business because that's the best way to put it. Find a skill that you genuinely believe you can do very well, because as time goes probably you would have a lot of work and you want to make sure that you can deliver, or maybe you have clients, you don't want to gather clients that you cannot deliver. A good number of skills would be social media management, and I wouldn't advise people to like generalize on that. You could speak one particular part of social media management, let's say TikTok manager, Instagram page manager, Facebook page handler, specialize, because when it comes to picking a skill, you need to find a specific skill that can solve a specific problem for a specific person. Do not do something very general, because whenever people say, oh, this is saturated, that is saturated, you just know it's because they have not found a way to position themselves to stand out. You need to find a way to position yourself in a way that you can actually stand out. Otherwise, you'll just be like every other person out there. There is video editing. Instead of being a random video editing, there are different type of videos you have to understand. There's long form videos, YouTube, podcast videos, whatever. There's also short form videos. We're talking about TikTok, Instagram. You can position yourself as a viral worthy TikTok or real editor. You need to put yourself in that position, or a faceless YouTube channel editor. You need to find a specific problem that would appeal to a certain category of people. Don't be too general. If you're for everybody, then you're for nobody. So find a skill, make it very specific rather, and you need to be sure that the skill you're picking is a skill that has like there's like actually like demand for it. And what you can do is go to job boards, scroll through Fiverr. You don't even have to apply on there. Just scroll through Fiverr, scroll through Upwork, scroll through job boards, and actually see the type of jobs and skills that people are looking for. So after picking a skill that you are sure there is demand for and positioning yourself rightly to say, okay, this is how I'm going to take, I'm not just going to be too general. This is how I'm going to position myself. These are the kind of clients I want to work with. These are the problems I'm going to solve with this skill. When you've done that, we're talking about how do we find clients? How do we find the people who are going to give us the money? Because that is the next step. You cannot just have a skill and sit down with it and expect to make money. And I feel like this is the part that a lot of people get stuck, or a lot of people find it very challenging, because it's like, now I have the skill. How do I make money with it? And we're talking about finding clients. How do you find clients? Two ways I've mentioned. Upwork. Upwork is not saturated. I really think it's about mindset. And when it comes to freelancing, you really have to position yourself. And I also believe that as a woman, as a lady, or maybe like you're not a lady, you're a man, you have to just be in a mental state where you believe that you can actually, no matter how busy or saturated a room is, there will always be space for everybody to get in and get someone. Do you know how many jobs are being posted on Upwork per minute or per hour? There's so much actually. And some of these people that post these jobs are actually looking for more than one freelancers. They're looking for maybe five, six, 10 freelancers, because you see them make multiple job posts. So I've seen some success with Upwork. If you go to my very recent video in the description box and in the comment section, I did put like a link to an in-depth Upwork tutorial that helped me just optimize my profile and set up my Upwork profile. So if you're interested in setting up your Upwork profile, please do well to check out my very recent video. The description is a link to a video there, and in the comments I did pin a video. So that just helps you learn how to optimize your Upwork profile. If you have any questions, please just do well to drop your questions. Or if you're watching this live stream later on and you have questions, you can drop your questions in the comment section. Like I said, I want to take my time and make a playlist of videos to answer every single question that anyone will have coming across these videos. So I'm going to make the link the playlist on my channel. So if you're not subscribed, do well to subscribe, because I'm trying to help you guys make money this year. We need to, even me myself, I need to scale my income, my freelancing business. So we're going to do this together this year. So I'm really excited that this community is growing and people are coming in, asking questions, engaging. I appreciate every single like, comment, and I even noticed that people were sharing my videos, my very recent video. And thank you so much to everyone. So the next thing after you find clients is to send a proposal. When it comes to sending proposal, people treat it like they are sending a random CV or a resume to apply for a job. Dear so and so, Miss, good morning, madam. Good morning, sir. If you as a client you see 500 people sending you, or let's keep it like realistic, you see people like 20, 30 people sending you like application for a job, dear ma, dear Mrs., and then they proceed to write a whole paragraph of chat GPT AI words that just sounds like gibberish. It doesn't give what it should give. Like, you want to feel like this is a person that I can work with and they understand what I'm saying. So you want to keep it as simple as possible. You can even be catchy. Some very catchy like proposal lines that you could start with, whether you're applying via cold DMs or you're using Upwork. Okay, I noticed I did skip something. Aside from Upwork, another way, like I mentioned in my recent video, is sending cold DMs through social media. If you find clients, or rather when you find clients that matches your ideal audience, whether you want to edit videos for YouTube and you find the person's Instagram or Facebook, you notice the person needs help with editing their videos and you want to reach out to them, don't send something very serious. You need to make it catchy so that they can actually give you the time of the day. They can watch, they can actually like read your proposal and give you audience and see that you're actually working with. So you need to like use something catchy. Like, there are some up proposals that you send to a client. You just be like, I know you've been busy and overwhelmed reading proposals, but don't worry, this would be the last proposal you read. Once a client sees that type of like hook on the proposal, they're like, hello, who's this person? They're immediately like giving you attention, and that's what you want to do. You want to stop the clients in their tracks and get them wondering, what's giving this person this confidence? Should I actually give this person audience? You want them to respond to you. You want to trigger a response. And most clients don't like boring proposals. And that's what we as freelancers, we trying to get jobs and trying to get clients, we don't even understand. We try to be too serious and uptight, and that's not really what does the does the work at the end of the day. Or another hook you could use, you say, here's why you should stop looking for a video editor and hire me. Or here's why you should stop looking for a social media manager and hire me. You know that those type of hooks will get the person wondering like, who is this person and why is this person so bold? And then you make sure that in any proposal you're writing, make sure you add like a sample of your work. You can put it in a, I'm not the very, or rather the most organized freelancer. I really need to do better. But my proposal is literally just a Canva document. I don't have a website. I don't have anything sophisticated. And or like in some cases like video editing, when it comes to videos, I just have a Google Drive with stuff linked and grouped there. So it just depends on how you want to organize it. The point is two things when you're sending a proposal. The client wants to know that this is a real person, number one, and this person can actually do what I want them to do for me. You're trying to communicate that you can bring value to this client. You don't want to be begging, 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 please, 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 I'm begging you, please just like, please just hire me. I'm the person you should hire. All those over begging, clients don't want that. And another thing you should aim to do when you send proposals, whether it's a cold DM, through Upwork, always try to give so much value in that proposal, in that application to the client so that the person feels like, oh my God, I owe this person. For example, I do digital marketing and I have a plethora of skills as a result of what I do that I've gathered on my like 4 or 5 years career journey that makes me decide like, okay, if I whenever I want to freelance or I just need like a quick gig or something, I would I have a lot of skills I can always pick from, whether it's email marketing, writing emails for businesses. I have copywriting. I can do copywriting, write your copy for your ads and all of that. I can also run ads for businesses. I can set up your ads targeting. I do a lot of things. So sometimes if I want to do something specifically for a client, for example, I want to manage your email campaign. I want me to be handling your email marketing. If I'm sending a proposal, I could send like two sample emails. Or if I want to do SEO for your blog, I could write like two sample blog articles for you in that, and I'll link it, drop a link to it in that proposal. Probably put it in a Google document. The Google document is going to have like article one, the name, the SEO title, and you use something very interesting. Article two, the SEO content, and then I'll put a link to that Google document in the message I'm sending to this client, whether it's via Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. I mostly use Instagram because I really like I'm very familiar with the platform. So for me, Instagram is like my choicest platform for sending cold DMs. Businesses put themselves out. Businesses have like um business owners and business pages on Instagram. So sometimes you can find the business owner's page or you can go to the business's page. But I always recommend that if you can, send it directly to the owner of the business. Even on LinkedIn, if you're finding, don't go to the business page. Look for the founder themselves and send the message to the founder. And when it comes to cold DMs, you don't want to say, "Oh, I've sent one message and just give up for the day." You need to send a good number of them. When I say volume is actually your advantage, I don't mean watered down volume so that you just like send like as many as possible without putting so much thought into it. Because at the end of the day, it will tell if you're sending a generic proposal to a client. It will also tell if you really did not provide any sort of value in the proposal or in the samples you're sending. I really recommend sending samples along with a proposal, along with your portfolio, because it helps this person know that you have taken the time of the day to look at their business, absorb it in, understand the problem, and then you know and you have the solution. So you give a sample so good that the person would, I even heard a YouTuber say this recently that, some people reached out to her for video editing and the person actually like took a long form video of theirs and actually cut it into a very catchy short form clip. And the person was pitching to be a video editor and that she saw how engaging or how much effort the person actually even put into editing that little reel. And it actually touched her like, oh my God, this person actually did this and it was even very well done. So that's the kind of impact or feeling you want to give that client at the end of the day, when you meet them, or rather when you send them a message or you send them samples or something, you want them feeling like, oh my god, I owe this person, I need to reach out, or I need to at least respond and let them know like, oh, I'm not looking right now. At the end of the day, you want to trigger a response. And regardless of what the response is, whether the person is willing to work with you at the moment or not, or even if the client doesn't even respond, you must make sure you keep following up. I don't think you should follow up like 15 times, 20 times, without just like over the top. The person is either interested or they are not, or they probably just missed your message. That's also the point of that. So for me, an ideal follow-up time would be 3 to 5 times. You need to at least aim to follow up with your client 3 to 5 times after sending a cold DM or a pitch to their DM. You need to check in with them. They may have missed it. So you're like, hey, I don't know if you missed my message. This is just a reminder, a check-in. Yeah, I'm trying to catch my breath. I've been talking for almost 16 minutes. So yeah, those of you watching, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box. I'm talking about freelancing, how to get clients, how to, build a freelancing business, or, just make money from freelancing. Yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, I have bullet points here just so that I don't miss anything. When you get a job, even if it's your first client, you need to make sure you deliver. It's very important because I feel like a lot of people approach freelancing with such nonchalance, and which makes a lot of clients, like some of you traumatized clients for us. Like some clients when they meet us, they're already traumatized because of maybe the attitude or approach to work. Sometimes some of them are skeptic to even hire people outside the country because they're like, oh my god, in the country, the last freelancer I worked really like um delayed or always gave excuses as to why they couldn't deliver, all those things. You need to make sure that you don't take more than you can. Sometimes when some clients even tell me, oh, I need this XYZ done in so time frame, if it's not possible, do not give the client any like false assurance. You need to be honest and come clean. These are human beings. They are either okay with it or not. So that you guys can have like or come to a mutual agreement before you proceed with the work. You don't want to make them feel like, oh, you can deliver so much work in a very short time frame or short turnaround time, and then you actually cannot. I don't subscribe to that. You're just going to push yourself and be burnt out, and at the end of the day you will feel like, what was the point? So just be honest with yourself, be honest with your clients, save both your time, save the person's time. You can also like let the person know, okay, this is a more practical way, this will be what would work for me. And if the client is okay with it, most times they will be, or if they're on a tight frame, they would find a way to sort it out. But do not put yourself in a situation to compromise your, especially let me say you're new to freelance, so you don't want to compromise your start process. You want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, so always make sure you deliver. So at the end of the day, the client will have a positive experience. It's better to do little work for a client and get that little money and get a good review than to promise the client that you do so much and then under deliver, so to see. So yeah, getting reviews is the next thing I want to talk about. Sometimes we do work, even if you do a free sample for someone and they actually liked it. Like I said, I was talking about proposals. When you're sending proposals and pitches to people's DMs, people would actually like sometimes appreciate the work you did, and if you can ask them for a quick review. If they actually liked it, they can send a little message appreciating you for the work you've done or something. You just need something, and then those things you can just screenshot them. If you have video reviews, if you have clients who are willing to do video reviews for you, or even a voice note would be nice. You could take that, add it to your portfolio. My portfolio, like I said, is not something very complex. It's literally a Canva document, and I have like screenshots of like reviews and all of that somewhere in my portfolio. So you need to organize those reviews, because the people, what we are trying to do here is not just have a skill and sit down there. We need to scale. Okay, I'm believing that that's what you want to do. You want to scale, and you want to get to a point where you can charge higher and all of that. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this live stream, please give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up, and feel free to drop questions if you have any. If you don't, I'm just going to like proceed, and I'm also trying to right off the top of my head remember the questions that people asked in my last video, even though I did reply to a lot of them in the comments. I feel like most times when people ask questions is because it's like a general thing in a lot of people's minds. So they're like, okay, it's not one person that has that question. That's why I'm trying to remember as many questions as I can so that I can answer them. But regardless, like I've said a couple of times already, I will make a whole playlist of all the videos that, related videos to just help you guys, because I just feel like a lot of people need more information on this. But you need to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of being such a consumer and that you forget to take action. Taking action is very, very important. Like some people were saying in the comments of my very recent video, like, do not consume and not do anything. You watch tutorial how to start freelancing and you never actually start. You need to get up and and start doing something. Okay, so when it comes to scaling, one thing that I've really found that I've really struggled with freelancing that sometimes makes me just step back is really the scalability of it. Because sometimes you find yourself, there are two type of freelancers. There are freelancers who do tax and get paid for it. And there are freelancers who have offers and packages and they can have two, three clients. What am I saying two? They can even have one, two clients in a month and they can be having 10K months, 15K months. I'm talking $15,000 months. $10,000 months. Yes, that's because they have like packages. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those freelancers right now. I do freelancing on the side because I have a full-time job. But when it comes to freelancing, I always know that whenever I'm ready for it, it's something that I can always get a client. I can always get a gig. I can always get something to get me going for this month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months. But when we're talking about scalability, we're talking about moving from $500 months to, let's say, $1,000, $3,000